Check, check, check.
Mic check.
We're clear.
We're in the clear. All right, are you ready to do this?
Sammy, I'm so excited.
So excited.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the Cellar podcast, our first episode.
Today, we're out here in the beautiful Appalachian Hills, Moundsville, West Virginia at Grandview Park. We're your hosts, Gia Angelina.
And Sam Marie.
And we wanted to take this first episode to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, since this is your first time here, our first time here.
Let's get to know each other.
Yeah.
So, the dynamic for today, Sam, is 21 questions, but they progressively get more personal, you would
Definitely,
say? Yeah.
definitely. We might start off with like a little bio first.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Sam, so I can pick up the vibe.
Okay. So, again, I'm Sam Marie. I am originally from North Carolina, but I have been local to West Virginia for a little bit of time now. That's actually how Mia and Gia became acquainted. Was I met her older brother in high school at Wheeling Central, and we've been dating since. We're now engaged. Gia's my soon-to-be sister-in-law. And so that's how we got to know each other. My regular day job is a physician assistant. I work in psychiatry. And I'm an avid reader. Love a little brunch. Love a little do.
Big gym girly.
Big gym girly. That's probably the most important things to know. I'm also a mother of three to three wonderful fur babies. Our dog, Q. My little orange cat, Thor. And my floof cat, Jack.
My niece and nephews.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the podcast, Sam. I'm glad we can get to know you.
Thank you.
My name is Gia Angelina. As Sammy said, we're sister-in-laws officially in August. I'm so excited to be there. Wow. Hopefully you guys can see some of it. I'm 19 years old. I'm in school right now for marketing. And I think you can get to know me through these questions that Sam was about to ask.
All right. Who wants to do the first question?
I'll go first, Sammy. I'll go first. So I think we should alternate.
Okay.
All right, Sammy. What is your heritage? Where are you from?
Oh, okay. I am mostly Irish. My mom's side is fully Irish. Brian and I actually just did Ancestry. And on my mom's side, it's my mom's grandparents, I think, are from Ireland. Or it might be one generation above, but it's just straight Ireland from there. And then my dad's side is French Canadian mostly, a little bit of Italian and German, but the big two are French Canadian and Irish.
I used to love when my mom said her great grandparents came over on boats. I thought that was so fun to think about.
I know. All right. So I might come out with a bang for the first one. How would you describe your dating life in 3 words?
That's disgusting. Wow. Okay. In 3 words, you never know.
I thought you were gonna give me 3 adjectives.
No, it's you never know, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Gulp. Anyway. Okay, let's keep the...
Okay.
All right, we're back. I'm going to keep the sort of background questions. I'm going to get those out the way first. So, Sammy, do you know where your name comes from? Were you named after anybody?
No, my name's nothing exciting. My mom just always knew if she was going to have a girl, she was going to name her Samantha. So just came from my mom loving the name.
That fun drink is so good. I'm so happy we got them.
I know, mine's really good too.
Okay.
All right. Gia, what is your dream city to live in?
So right now I haven't really traveled a whole lot of places, but when I visited you and Brian in Savannah, I loved it. I loved
Love
the
Savannah.
brick. I loved the architecture. I thought it was so pretty there. We went on a ghost tour. I thought that was awesome. I think it's very pretty, and I think it's almost a big city. You know what I mean? It's not too huge, but it's definitely bigger than Wheeling.
Yeah, it's like a big city, but with small town kind of vibes.
So yeah, we'll leave it at Savannah, Georgia until I travel some more.
Cool.
My next question for you, Sam. What shampoo and conditioner do you use? Can you tell me why, too?
Yeah. I use Kristen S shampoo, conditioner, and I pretty much use the whole line for like my curly girl routine.
Yeah.
But I had tried a few here and there. With having curly hair, my hair can definitely get pretty dry. My scalp can get pretty dry. And having that Irish in me, I can have sensitive skin too. And Kristen S has been safe in terms of using it on my scalp. And I think, I'm not sure what the actual terminology is, but you're supposed to use a conditioner and shampoo that doesn't have like parabens or sulfates, I think, and Kristen S falls into that line. And it also smells good.
There's a raccoon climbing the tree behind the camera.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
For those of you who can't see us right now, for those of you who are just listening without visual, when I tell you we are in the Appalachian Hills, we are in the Appalachian Mountains, actually, as a matter of fact. There's a raccoon just probably 10 feet away from us climbing up a tree. We are in Grandview's treetop cabins right now. Shout out to Grandview because this is beautiful.
All right. Gia, tell me a little bit about what it was like being the baby in the Campbell household.
I am blessed, to say the least. I'm absolutely blessed, and I thank the creator for that all the time because I'm the youngest, as Sammy just said, of 4, and I'm a girl. So I feel like I'm my dad's baby. I'm spoiled rotten. When I was growing up, I had a closet at my grandma's house and a closet in my house. Obviously, she would buy me 2 sets of everything, and I was a big Justice girly. I was also real chunky, so I was getting like but I was just spoiled. It's been amazing. I have so many great role models to look up to. My cousins are also older than me. I just feel blessed to round it up.
Yeah, I feel blessed to be a part of the Campbell household now.
It's amazing over here. We love it. So, next up for you, Sam. If you could live in any other time period, when would it be?
Ooh, any other time period? I don't know. I'm happy to have been born in the time period I was born in for sure. Maybe like a little bit more 90s, so born like late 80s or early 80s to really grow up in the 90s rather than just watching 90s TV shows because of like having an older brother. Because I'm late 90s, 97. So maybe just a little bit earlier so I could experience the 90s as a teenager, I think. I don't want to go too far back as a girl, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Gia, what is your favorite fast food?
Wow. So it used to be Chipotle, but I feel like the Chipotle near me has just been messing up recently, and I'm gonna knock them down because of that.
Okay.
If I were to go get fast food right after this video, let's go to Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Let's get a chicken sandwich with some fries.
Solid
and
choice.
Their ice is very good as well, so I'd probably get a Sprite. Yeah. Thanks. Sammy, where would you be right now if you could turn invisible?
If I could turn invisible, where would I be? Where would I be? Where would I be? Wow. If I could turn invisible. That's tough. I might have to.
I'm going to Area 51.
For real?
Yeah.
That's a good answer. That is a good answer.
You can steal it if you like. We can go together.
Or maybe I'd like go shopping somewhere.
You're gonna steal things?
Oh, is it stealing if I'm invisible?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe I won't. Maybe I won't do that. But I kind of want to do that.
Sammy, I won't tell anybody if you steal. I would just expect you to bring me home a Switch.
I might go get I might go get a car. The invisible boat will be away for real. No, I'm going to Jeep Wrangler Automotive, and I'm getting me a new Jeep.
What if your car doesn't turn invisible with you and you're just...
But I would get out of there, right? Because I just open the door and roll out.
Okay. You're getting a Jeep?
I think so. That's all I can think of right now.
It's a really good answer. I hope your car turns invisible with you.
I do hope so. But I wouldn't, no matter what, if I can't pull it off, if I can't pull off the high-speed chase, I still would get out scot-free because they wouldn't find me because I'd be invisible. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to give it my best shot.
That's a great answer.
If I had more time, I probably would do something else, but for now, that's what I would do.
That's a really good answer.
Okay. Do you have a craziest dream you remember, whether it's like a dream you had in your childhood, dream you had last week that is just... It's in there. It's stuck with you.
Most recently, I had a dream actually 2 nights ago that a boy I was talking to started talking to another girl, and we fist fought. I fought her, and I won. But then his siblings came and jumped me, but I also beat them up too, and I won.
Oh, all right. All right.
Besides that, I feel like a lot of the dreams I have turn into deja vu.
Okay.
You ever have that happen?
Yeah. Too much.
Yeah.
More than I'd like it to.
But that's the most recent craziest dream I've had. It was wild, Sammy. I was me. Just a bunch of, like,
do you think that's how it would have went down in real life?
Sammy, when I tell you it was like 7 girls just jumping me, and I was just handling them. No, I feel like I would definitely get jumped. It was great though. It was a great time. No hits landed, so on me.
Nice.
What animal do you think you most relate to?
I think probably, like, off the top that I can think of is a cat. Just because they are, smart, clever, and also they're kind of, I think it would be they're extroverted introverts, which I would say I am, like, extroverted introvert. Yeah. So I'm good on my own. I'm happy on my own, and I'll choose to be on my own when I need to. But, like, I can be the social person in the room if I need to be, just like Thor, when he chooses. But when he's done with you, he lets you know, or Jack, she leaves the room. And
the Egyptians worshipped you.
Yeah, definitely.
That was probably a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So Gia does a little bit of photography. Do you have a favorite picture you've ever taken? Even if it maybe wasn't, like, you would say the best, just memorable.
I do. My favorite picture I've ever taken was definitely not the best picture I've ever taken, but I go to West Liberty, and they have a chapel up there, and they have these beautiful stained glass windows and obviously the pews. And I had one of my friends come with me, and I had him sit in one of the pews, and I set it up. It was a rule of thirds assignment for my first photography class, and I set him in that pew on the far right of the camera, and I got the aisle as the center of the photo, and then the 2 pews on each side, and then I got the altar all the way down, and I lowered the exposure. It was just an awesome picture. I absolutely loved it. I still love it.
Cool. Maybe we could throw it up on the YouTube video so people can see it. Yeah,
I think it's great. Let's see. So we know your most relatable animal. What fictional character do you most relate to?
Oh, fictional character that I most relate to is Harriet. She is from the book A Happy Place, written by Emily Henry. I just remember reading that book, and I was like, did Emily Henry reach into my mind and soul when she wrote this character? Because I felt so seen and heard. So yeah, it's like a 5-star read for me, top book, and Harriet is like, I feel like she is me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You can tell Sammy reads.
Who is your favorite music artist right now?
Wow. Right now.
And it doesn't have to be like a current like trending or anything like that. Just like at this moment, who are you putting on when you get in the car?
I have been into 90s rap for a while now. And when we go and get in this car, I would probably put on Biggie. I've been listening to Biggie Suicidal Thoughts for the last like 3 days.
Yeah, I heard it in the car when we were driving. She played in the car the other day.
Yeah, I love that 90s, that entire group. I just love diving in and listening to what they got to say. What's your favorite sock brand?
Favorite sock brand? Wow. There's a brand called Alphalete that makes gym clothes. I'm wearing those crew socks right now, but I have really narrow feet, so my shoes will slide off a lot. But the Alphalete ones are very thick and very comfortable, so my shoes stay on.
They don't make your feet sweaty?
They probably do, but it's better than like my shoes not fitting right.
Yeah, fills up a little bit of space.
Yeah. Okay, I keep forgetting when it's my turn to ask a question. What was your first impression of me when you were 9 years old and your big brother just brought home a girlfriend?
This is an awesome question. My first memory of Sammy is when I think Brian was driving a car we called the Kenyon. And this is when Mooey's frozen yogurt was still at the Highlands in Triadelphia. It was Brian driving, you in the passenger seat, and me and Trace in the back, I'm pretty sure. And it was just, I remember it being dark outside, and we were listening to the Dimmy Dale dubstep remix. And we were just going to get Mooey's, and I think that's my earliest memory of you.
That's hilarious.
And I was just like, this girl's awesome. Like, she's just here for vibes. Like,
that's so cute.
What's one of your passions, Sam?
One of my passions. One of my passions is just animals, dogs, cats. I think I always grew up wanting to be a vet, but it just didn't seem like financially possible with the schooling and everything when I graduated. So one day I would really like to have my own sort of rescue, my own sort of puppy cat farm, maybe have like rescue horses there too. That is like my end goal that I would like to hit at some point in the future. All right. Okay. F, marry, kill. Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Disney, Nickelodeon.
I'm effing Disney.
Why?
Because there was a lot of, like, I'm pretty sure the Jonas Brothers were on Disney. You know what I mean? Like those type of shows. I'm killing Nickelodeon.
Okay, interesting take.
And I'm marrying Cartoon Network.
I knew that. I had a feeling that's where it was definitely going, but but Nickelodeon, that one surprised me.
It is hard because I love those 90s Nickelodeon shows, but I grew up on Disney. I absolutely love those Nickelodeon shows, but you got to go, unfortunately, in this situation.
That's okay. Somebody had to.
Right. What's your comfort show?
My comfort show. It kind of changes from time to time. Recently, it's been Gilmore Girls because I'm really falling into like loving the fall season, and Gilmore Girls kind of just makes me think of fall. So recently Gilmore Girls, but sometimes like one of my favorite shows ever is The Vampire Diaries. So sometimes I'll just throw on an old Vampire Diaries show.
I love The Vampire Diaries, especially the series, how they did the originals after that, and then they did another one after that too. Legacies.
The Legacies, yeah.
I love that whole thing.
Me too. Okay. What is your favorite item in your closet right now? Whether it's like an article of clothing, an accessory, shoes.
I have been absolutely obsessed with my DC shoes. I wore them today. Those chunky black shoes that skaters get. I wanted to order those for like 6 months, and they just were, I couldn't find them anywhere. I just like would forget to check the site, and then they would sell out. But I finally got them, and I wear them everywhere. I absolutely love them.
Nice.
Sammy, what's your favorite Starburst flavor?
Pink. Just the original pink. I will open up those 2 packs of them, and if there's not a pink one in there, I just throw it back into the bucket because I'm not eating any of them other than pink. What's your gas station order?
That's a great question. Oh my goodness. So I'm getting sour Skittles, and it's green tea, but it's a certain type. It's not Lipton. I forget what brand it is. Is it like Pure
Leaf or is it the one your mom will buy? Okay.
What's the other one? It's not Lipton. It's not Pure Leaf.
Is the bottle like a rectangle and then it like?
Yes.
I feel like that's Pure Leaf or something.
You
like
think
that.
so?
But I might be wrong.
It's definitely the green tea.
Zen
I
Leaf?
like Arizona too. I like the Arizona green tea. But and then if I'm lucky, a water too. Depends on who's paying. I'm not gonna buy all 3 though.
Gotcha. That's fair.
What's your favorite podcast right now?
My favorite podcast right now is probably Odd Vice. It's with this girl Kristen McAtee and Alex Coote, I think her last name is. And it's just 2 girls doing what we're doing. Are there any teachers you feel like have really impacted you, or like you're like, my 4th grade teacher changed the course of like who I was gonna be?
So I would say the teacher that's had the most impact on me was when I transferred high schools my junior year. I had a teacher, her name is Shelly Cox, and she would let me go sit in her room when I had no one to sit at lunch with. She would let me go sit in her room when I was having a panic attack, when I didn't want to go to English class, when I needed to get the homework done for her math class, because she was also my math teacher. I have one memory with her where I was just having an absolute breakdown, as girls do in high school. And she just walked out into the hallway with me. She helped me call my mom, and she was just like, you need to leave. She's like, just don't tell anybody. Just walk out the back door and leave. Go home and recoup. Get some food. Do something. But
that's awesome.
She definitely was a great transition for me when I transferred from Catholic school to public school.
Shout out Shelly.
No, literally. She's awesome.
That's awesome.
Sammy, what's your shoe size?
It ranges from a 6.5 to a 7.
Okay.
It's important to know.
Yeah, let's just get to know you.
If you could enter and exist in any TV show, book, movie, what's it gonna be? And what's kind of like the character or like the society in it that you'd want to be? Does that make sense?
I would go into Rick and Morty, and I would be like their clone mom, because their clone, for anyone who's never seen Rick and Morty, their clone mom, it might be their real mom, they don't know actually, they have 2 moms, one of them's a clone, just travels the universe like everywhere, and she just fights aliens, and she's just badass. So I would definitely go into Rick and Morty. I would definitely have a portal gun. I would just, yeah.
Okay.
What's your go-to chapstick?
My go-to chapstick is Carmex.
Why?
Because it works. Okay. And it looks like glossy when you put it on too.
Carmex dries my lips out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I can't use, you were using Aquaphor the other day. I can't use Aquaphor.
Yeah. I'm a diehard Aquaphor gal. I keep that thing on me.
Okay. Would you rather be 12 inches tall or 12 feet tall?
I want to be 12 inches.
Okay.
Actually,
I think I'd want to be 12 inches.
because if you're 12 inches, you're fighting dogs.
Yeah, but
You
think
know what I
about how
mean?
much money you would save, too. Like, you only have to eat, like, this much.
You would never have any. You'd have to make your clothes.
That's true. You'd have to make your clothes at 12 feet
But you
tall,
could
though.
ride a dog at 12 feet
You're
tall.
too big to ride a dog at 12
How
feet.
big is 12 feet?
Brian, wait, think about this.
Wait, how big is 12 inches?
Brian is
Is
Brian is 6'3". So 12 feet tall is essentially 2 of him. So you'd have to be 2 of him. And the tallest person to ever exist, I think, is like 7 feet or 8 feet. So yeah, there's no clothes. You're too big to ride a dog.
I want to be 12 inches.
12 inches is a foot. Okay.
I'd want to be, yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay. What is 3 things you can't live without?
3 things I can't live without. Oh no. I have 3 animals.
But then there's no Brian.
But Brian might have to go. Jack can't live with anyone else. Thor can't live with anyone else. Q needs me. Brian might have to go. Are we talking inanimate objects or
Whatever you want it to be. That's actually really embarrassing for Brian that he just didn't get picked. Wow.
But things. So things, I'm going to say that doesn't include people or animals.
So
Because
what 3
they're living
inanimate
beings.
objects
Okay.
can you not live without?
Probably my phone.
Okay.
Probably Kindle. Kindle. And then probably Kristen S. curl cream.
Sponsor Sammy, please.
Sponsor us, please. Okay. What is your most used app on your phone? Or what do you think is?
It's so cliche, but it's probably TikTok.
That's okay.
so unfortunate.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's TikTok. It's literally a rabbit hole. It's like, I don't know what crack they put into TikToks, but
Yeah,
I think it just appeals to my ADHD.
definitely, because it's just short form.
Yeah.
And there's actually, so working in the field of psychiatry, there are people who are actually starting to develop tics from TikTok. It's called TikTok tics.
What?
Yeah, so kind of, I mean, not to this, it's different, but thinking of like tics or repetitive movements with like Tourette's, some people from like chronic TikTok use are developing tics too, which is an interesting development.
There's your fun fact for this podcast.
There it is.
Wow.
We promised fun facts.
What is one scent you would smell like for the rest of your life?
I think it is it's like the black midnight rain candle, like Yankee Candle. I think that's what it is. It's like a bit more like,
Is it like purple?
I think so.
Yeah. I think I
And
know what
it's
you're talking about.
a bit more, it's like really, really dark purple though, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like a bit more like cologne-y, maybe like more masculine-y. I'd smell like that forever. Or like sandalwood. Love
That is also a
sandalwood.
very good scent.
Okay. Are you a lake or an ocean girly?
Lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because I just like to absorb the sun, and I'm not going too far into the ocean.
And it's
I
not like,
think it's wild how they've just explored more of space than they have of Earth,
Mhm.
aka the ocean. I think that's crazy.
yeah, the ocean's a little bit scary.
They definitely have mermaids, and there's probably a whole civilization down there.
Definitely.
Sammy, do you feel like you've reached your prime?
Oh man.
Do you feel like it's downhill from here?
No, I hope not. Dang. Dang, Gia. You think I'm that much older?
No, Sam, this is the question.
I don't think so. I feel like women in their 30s, like, say once you hit 30, everything that's ever happened to you makes sense. Your whole life path makes sense. You feel your best, you look your best. So I think 30s will be the prime.
What they say, 30, flirty, and thriving.
Yes.
I'm excited
So
for you.
I'm hoping I haven't passed my prime.
Keep it.
Okay. What is your least favorite gift you've ever received?
This is terrible. I'd have to think about that for a second. My least favorite gift I've ever received is the low blood sugar that my mom gave me. And we'll end it right there. Because she's going to be mad if I further it anymore. She thinks I just say that she ruined my life. We're going to end it right there. Next.
Okay.
Okay. Sammy, if you were attacked by a brown bear, which is likely, we're in the woods, we're in, the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
What is your go-to weapon and no guns?
Go-to weapon? It's got to be something that's not too heavy for me so I can really, use it. I feel like a machete would probably be, a good bet.
You think it'd have to be long, though?
Machetes are kind of long, though, right?
Yeah.
Long enough.
Yeah.
Maybe a samurai sword instead.
Yeah.
Because that's lightweight enough that I could defend myself with it. I think an axe is probably too heavy for me.
Axes are pretty heavy.
But you'd want something bladed, probably, I think. I can't think of anything else.
That's probably what I would say, too.
I feel like a machete is a safe bet. Okay. What is your love language to people and then your receiving love language?
I love to give gifts. When I'm actually genuinely in love and when I show love, I feel like I make sure people eat. I get you little drinks, whatever. I love to give.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, it might be the same. I love when people go out their way and just surprise me with something that I genuinely like. Oh, you've actually been listening to what I had to say and you've picked up on, I like this specific green tea. You know
Definitely.
what I mean? So I think it's just gift giving all around.
Yeah.
I'm not a big spending time person. Obviously, I would love to hang out with you, but I need time to recharge in my own energy.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. So, as we mentioned before, we are in the Appalachian Mountains today. Do you think Bigfoot's real?
Probably.
He would be around here.
Yeah. I'm so indifferent sometimes to believing or not believing in certain things. I just feel like there's so much going on and there's so much out there that I have not explored. So I feel like it's not right for me to say it's not possible if I haven't seen it. So a solid chance. There's a lot of places I haven't been. It could be anywhere. So probably. Let me see. Where is your dream vacation point, travel point? Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Mexico so bad, just to experience the culture.
Yeah.
And then Rome. They're very, very close together. I love the architecture of Rome. I love the history of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
And their culture is something crazy, too, so.
Yeah, those would both be awesome.
Yeah. Sammy, can you ride a bike?
I can ride a bike. However, it's a bit triggering for me to ride a bike.
Okay.
When I was in 4th grade, me and my best friend were riding bikes and she was like, you got to go down this person's driveway. It's so cool. It's so steep. You go so fast. And so I did go down it, but I hit, the driveway goes down and then there's that little curb. I hit that and I flipped the bike. And I had a big egg. I could just when I landed, I started seeing blood trickle in my vision. I still have scars on my foot from it. And so, yeah, ever since then, I just don't love riding bikes, but I can. Okay. What is your Subway order?
I'm glad you asked. So, when I walk into Subway, can I get a footlong on Italian urban cheese, please, with rotisserie chicken and cheese, toasted, obviously, and then lettuce, tomato, onion with it's like Parmesan vinaigrette. I think it used to be their Italian, but they switched it. That's my sub, and then I'm getting a bag of chips, maybe some cookies, depending on the day if I've had a hard day, and a root beer.
Yes, a root beer.
Yes.
Always a root beer.
I'm glad you asked. If you could have any pet, real, fake, extinct, an ant, what would it be?
It's got to be a dragon. After watching Game of Thrones, it's got to be a dragon. I mean, you've got a defense system for life. I don't need a security system anymore. It doesn't matter what type of dog I have because I don't need them for protection. You're winning with a dragon. They look beautiful in Game of Thrones. Definitely a dragon.
That would be my answer too.
Okay. Did I ask you yet, what is your favorite childhood memory, core memory?
I don't think you have.
Okay, let's do that.
My favorite core memory. One of the earliest core memories I can think of, and it's definitely not the earliest. I was probably just like 10, maybe 11. My dad loves dirt bikes. For those of you who don't know the Campbell family, we have probably about 7 sitting in our garage right now. Actually, they're sitting in the trailer we have specified for dirt bikes. I was riding at our friend's house. He had a track. And I remember wrecking my dirt bike and the foot peg going into my knee, and I still have the scar.
Oh, God.
And when I just look back on it, I love it. Because it's like, what 10-year-old, you know what I mean, other than kids raised in the boons, get to just go and ride their dirt bike on a track in their family friend's backyard and just wreck it, get back up. Everybody else is cheering you on because, oh, that's gnarly. Let's go. That's probably one of my favorite times.
Yeah, no, it is cool that you guys like were able to do that, and they would have them like drive. The Campbell household had you guys driving cars too young too, but it's so funny. But yeah, I get why. I just don't know if I'd enjoy the memory of the injury.
Yeah, it was fun. It was awesome, and I have a scar to prove it. So
keep it with you forever.
Exactly. So my last question for you, Sam, is: when the Pine Cellar podcast becomes famous, who's your dream guest?
Dream guest on my podcast. All I can think about is JoJo Siwa right now.
Let's keep it interesting.
My ex. Dream guest. My dream guest is probably going to be, right now, currently, is going to be the author Emily Henry, who wrote that book, A Happy Place, because I would just love to know a bit more, like, personally about her writing style, where she gets her inspiration for every character. Is it, like, loved ones, or does she relate the most to one of her characters? I think she would be super fun to have on.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. And so then I have one more for you. What is a song or an artist that you're almost like a little bit embarrassed to just love? Maybe like a guilty pleasure.
So, not necessarily embarrassed, but maybe a little bit hesitant to bring him into the conversation because I feel like nobody really takes him that serious considered the lineup that we have in today's society. I'm putting Mac Miller as my all-time favorite artist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love Mac Miller.
And if it's not, like, if we go and get in this car, how we talked earlier, and I don't put on Biggie, I'm probably going to put on Mac. Just because I feel like that's just someone I can relate to. And, yeah, I feel like people don't necessarily take him that serious.
Yeah. I feel like maybe people in our area do. Like in West Virginia and Pennsylvania.
Because he's local legend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I think that wraps up our 21 questions.
Yeah, it's good to get to know you, Sammy.
It really is. I'm glad you know my shoe size now.
Wow, I think that was necessary.
And now if I ever go to Subway, I don't even have to text you because I know what your Subway order
That's
is.
beautiful. That's beautiful. That's
I know.
my love language right there.
It's a great part of friendship.
So, to wrap up our podcast, Sammy and I really want to highlight a woman of our choosing, somebody who we felt we want to tell you guys about. And
yeah, we're planning to do this. This is how we're going to end every podcast episode. So Gia has taken it upon herself to do the research for this episode. But we're going to be talking about Bridget Mendler. I'm sure everybody started to see all over your Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the really cool things she's been doing. I know I've been seeing it everywhere. So
she's like modern day Wonder Woman. She just
really
does
is
stuff.
I saw a meme that was like, she's gonna be old enough, and so she won't be old enough by this election, but I think she's old enough by the next election to run for president. So everybody's like, Bridget Mendler.
I would expect it, actually.
Yeah. So tell us about her.
So Bridget Claire Mendler, if you want to pronounce all the letters, was born December 18th, 1992 in Washington, D.C. She's currently 31 years old. She's not very tall, but she's pretty average, maybe above average, standing at 5'6". I know of her. I first found out about her from her acting career.
Definitely.
So in 2004... the year I was born, she booked her first role in an animated film, The Legend of Buddha, as Lucy. In 2009 was when she made her appearance as Juliet in Wizards of Waverly Place, and she was there until the finale in 2012. In 2010, she started Good Luck Charlie as Teddy Duncan, and that's where I know her from.
I do know her from Wizards of Waverly Place, but I was a big Wizards girl.
So she actually started Wizards of Waverly Place before Good Luck Charlie. In 2011 was when she starred as Olivia White in Lemonade Mouth. That movie is wow. And
Determinate.
One movie I didn't know she was actually a part of was Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2 in 2011.
Oh.
She voiced Appeline. She's a French poodle.
Okay.
And I can show you the clip. It's actually funny. So that's kind of her background. Let's talk about her music. In 2011 is when the Lemonade Mouth track dropped underneath Walt Disney Records. So it wasn't necessarily like hers quite yet. My favorite song is Determinate. I think it's a banger.
Yeah.
In 2012, the year after, is when her album Hello, My Name Is dropped under Hollywood Records. This is when she kind of went off on her own, and it wasn't necessarily the Lemonade Mouth crew.
Yeah.
Her single, Do You Miss Me At All, was trending on TikTok for a while, and everyone was calling her Bridget Mendler Badu after Erykah Badu. They're like, no way, this is from a white girl, because she killed it.
The biggest song I know for her is Hurricane.
Yes. Yeah. So most recently, people have been talking about her education. So she went to MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, to get her master's degree. Her undergrad is a little iffy. She said she went to the University of Southern California from 2013 to 2016, but she dropped out. So I'm assuming she got her undergrad from MIT as well with her master's, probably just finished
it out.
Yeah, I'm assuming, though. Nobody quote that.
We're just girls. Don't fact check us.
Seriously. She went to Harvard Law School from 2019 to 2024. So she's had this amazing acting career, this amazing singing career that just took off. On top of that, she went to law school.
Yeah.
She was also the co-president of Harvard Space Law Society, which is kind of correlates to what she does now as like a profession. So when she actually walked Harvard Law's the stage, you know, she got her diploma, she walked the stage with her son that she adopted in 2022. So, you know, she's this amazing woman, an actor, singer,
becoming a lawyer, and then
she adopted a child.
Yeah, joins the journey of motherhood at the same time.
So currently she works as the CEO of Northwood Space, which is a startup to create a data highway between Earth and space.
Oh.
And
I didn't know this.
Yeah, she runs it with her fiance, I think Griffin Cleverly.
Okay.
And another woman, Shora Luthra.
Awesome.
they founded it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so Bridget really just is an amazing woman who's just
Killing
breaking barriers. You know, that's why we're going to talk about her.
And I saw, which again, I mean, probably fact checked us, but I saw something that a lot of the purpose of her acting career was to fund her education. Like, she always wanted to, like, have this big educational background, but she funded it through her acting. So that's why she was like, had a goal of being an actress or an actor. But yeah, that's so cool,
Isn't it?
I just the the range women have.
Wow. And I think Bridget Mendler's a great start for the season.
Yeah. But I think that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for joining us. We want to thank Grandview, too, for hosting us in their cabin area. We also, earlier today, did the zip line tour, which was a bunch of fun. You'll see, or you would have already seen footage from that earlier today. Anything else you have, Gia?
Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, guys.